What if I told you that you don't need to be rich to travel the world? That there's a simple secret that lets you go on more trips, more often, without the stress? The secret isn't luck, it's budgeting, done the right way. Most people think budgeting restricts you, but in reality, it's the key to unlocking more travel, more adventures, and better experiences. Have you ever dreamed of sipping coffee in Paris or hiking through a breathtaking jungle only to stop and think, ugh, I can't afford it? That's not true. You can afford it, but only if you learn to budget like a pro. And today, I'm going to show you how to plan your travel budget the smart way, so you can travel more, stress less, and never say, I wish again. Part 1. Why budgeting is your travel BFF. Think of your budget as your travel passport. The better you manage it, the more doors it opens. Budgeting allows you to travel more often. It stops you from waiting years for that someday trip. A good budget lets you experience more on your trips. Because you're not just spending, you're spending wisely. Ever felt that anxiety of, did I overspend? Will I have enough money for the rest of the trip? Budgeting removes that stress so you can focus on the adventure, not your bank balance. Most people avoid budgeting because they think it's complicated. But once you learn the basics, you'll see it's actually super easy and life-changing. Part 2. Breaking down the budget basics. Before you even think about numbers, start with your travel goals. Are you dreaming of backpacking on a budget or a luxury escape? Your budget should match your travel style, because a solo traveler on a shoestring budget spends very differently from a family on vacation. Next, calculate your income and expenses. Be honest. How much can you set aside every month for travel? Now, let's prioritize. Where do you want to spend more, and where can you cut costs? Do you prefer a cheap flight with a great hotel, or a luxury stay while saving on food and activities? Budgeting isn't about sacrificing fun, it's about spending smarter, so you can have the best trip possible with the money you have. Part 3. Essential budget categories. Let's break down where your money actually goes, because a great budget covers everything, not just flights and hotels. 1. Transportation. Flights, buses, rental cars, taxis. This is your first big expense. 2. Accommodation. Hotels, hostels, Airbnb, even couch surfing. What fits your style? 3. Activities and experiences. Tours, museum tickets, adventure sports. This is why you travel. 4. Food and drinks. Will you eat at local street markets or fine dining restaurants? 5. Travel insurance and emergency fund. Because things go wrong, and a good traveler is always prepared. Plan for every expense before your trip. That way, you're never caught off guard. Part 4. Smart spending strategies. Now that you know where your money is going, let's talk about how to save more of it. 1. Utilize travel rewards programs. Frequent flyer miles, credit card points, these can cut costs massively. 2. Look for deals and discounts. Sites like Skyscanner, Google Flights, and Airbnb discounts can save you hundreds. 3. Travel during the off-season. Flights and hotels can be 50% cheaper if you avoid peak travel times. 4. Eat local and use public transport. Not only is it cheaper, it's a better way to experience a destination. Small savings add up fast, and suddenly that impossible trip becomes totally doable. Part 5. Travel budget inspiration and resources. Still think traveling on a budget is impossible? Let me show you some real-life examples. Example 1. A weekend in Paris for under $500. Budget airline ticket, $120. Hostel stay, $150. Local food and Metro Pass. Sightseeing, mostly free. Example 2. A full month in Thailand for $1,200. Cheap flight, $400. Airbnb stay, $400. Local food and street markets, $200. Tours and activities, $200. The key? Planning ahead and prioritizing smart spending. Now, here are some tools to make budgeting even easier. Use apps like Mint, TravelSpend, and Trail Wallet to track expenses. And check websites like The Flight Deal and Scott's Cheap Flights for amazing deals. Now, it's your turn. What's your best travel budgeting tip? Drop it in the comments below, and let's help each other travel more. So what's your next step to travel more? You don't need to be rich to travel, you just need the right plan. Budgeting isn't about saying no to experiences, it's about saying yes to more adventures, more often. Now, if you're serious about making travel a real part of your life, hit that subscribe button and check out my next video on how to find the cheapest flights. Your dream trip isn't as far away as you think. It's just one smart budget away.